Hello there, everybody. This is Chunkshtarya, and welcome to another episode of Crossover Battles. After fifth episode, this is what I talked about Taliban versus Viet Cong, but I decided that I will vote Taliban because they have won the war in Afghanistan. And so let's take in the new ideas from the one fictional world and against one another nation, and let's get straight to it. And here we go. From most of the most insignificant entire of these nations is 1984 by George Novel, and before the film was created, is Oceania, commonly known as the Insuk, versus the J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. The one dangerous, scariest nation is Mordor. So let's have to take a look. Insuk, known as the English socialism, created by George Orwell from 1949, which is of his 1984 novel, and the film was created of the same name. It is a statistical political party of Oceania, a totalitarian superstate. They seek control and they oppress people of the Oceania and support the rule of a big brother. Not much is known of Insuk, the rose to power, but it is possible that the party seized control following the establishment of Oceania, and when Big Brother seized the power as the nation's ruler, since Big Brother seized control of the party, as making sure that no one resists the Big Brother and his regime, and uses propaganda and thought police to the effect oppressing the entire nation's population. Insuk itself has cemented its dominance within the nation of Oceania and seeks to keep their grip on power as long as they can. The ideology of Insuk is English socialism from the British rules, but I mean Isles or something. Insuk seems to follow authoritarianism and has used all forms of propaganda to keep party in power. From the Big Brother is watching you posters. The 2 minutes hate and party has made sure that everyone else is integrated. It is submissive to state in their rule. Insuk also broadcasts live execution of political activists, POWs, and anyone else who is declared an enemy of the state, and masses roar the rooms and with applause as the party's mainstream propaganda campaign has been successful, and those who still keep their humanity remain silent. For the most, Insuk seems to follow their own ideology than any other. Insuk has ruled the nation of Oceania for untold amount of years, possibly since its establishment, and has a full authority over the government and military. Oceania, it is a totalitarian state, as the party monitors and controls all aspects of life, has suppressed, killed those who dare to speak out against them. Big Brother's country's de facto leader, although his actual title is never revealed. Inner party members such as the O'Brien have access to secrets that the other lower party members don't know about, use into their advantage. Mordor, created from 1968 by J.R.R. Tolkien. This physical dangerous nation, Mordor, was a black volcanic plain nation as a fictional world from the Middle-earth to the east by Gothor and Thin and a great river that called Undine. Mordor was chosen by Sauron to be his realm because of the mountain ranges surrounding it on the three sides, creating natural forces against his enemies. Mordor was protected from three sides by the large mountain range, arranged roughly in rectangular manner. The Ash Mountains, or the Ered Luthi in the north, and April Duaf in the west and south. In the northwest corner of the Mordor deep valley of the Udun was one of the few entrances for the large armies, and that is where Sauron built the Black Gate of Mordor. In front of the Black Gate lay the Dagorlad, or the battle plain. Sauron's main fortress of Barad-dûr was the foothills of Ered Luthi. To the southwest of Barad-dûr lay the arid plateau of Golgoroth in Mountain Doom. To the east lay the plain of Lithlot. Mordor's geography was excellent for the defense against his enemies such as the Gondor and Rohan, attacking all fronts for nearly on. Scalable mountains defended Mordor on three sides while being broken, jacked the land of Gorgorok and Nurn, while greatly impede any army that damaged to break through. Mordor's dry blasted geography would also be extremely unfriendly to any army bivouacked on the plains, forcing a withdrawal within days unless they have stores sufficient for months. The only other paths for armies to cross into the Mordor from the west over the Epil Dwarf, where the Morgul passed, and the pass of Sergol Isildur originally built the city of Minas Ithil to guard the western end of both passes from any other threat from Mordor, but in the Third Age, the population of the city waned and was conquered by the Nazgul, became the home of Ringrams, and it was renamed the Minas Morgul, and was thereafter a great stronghold of the evil, ever at war with Gondor to the west until the end of the War of the Ring. To escape the vigilance of the Morgul, to enter Mordor, one of the still have to get past the lair of Shelob and the tower of Cirith Ungol, a feat only with Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee, led by Gollum, ever accomplished, though not without being waylaid by the great fearsome spider Shelob and Frodo being taken prisoner to the tower of Cirith Ungol. The southern part of Mordor, called Nurn, was slightly more fertile and was watered enough to hold inland sea of Nurn. Nurn was made somewhat fertile because of the ash blown from the Mount Doom, left it soiled, nutrient-rich, thus allowing the dry land farming. So now the battle is about to start from together, and this got to be the entire few minutes, and the Arpen Warfare winner will be Oceania. Much as the Oceania's mystical nation that was still war with Eurasia until this gives its battle against for one another, in tyrants such as its exclusive inner party, the O'Brien, the Thopolis, Mr. Charlton, outer party, and Oceania has its most skills of entire power, such as the absolute control, overall segments, populace as VA, doublethink, vast armies of security police, covert operatives, technicians, scientists, soldiers, all preventing surveillance systems, and others such as the goals was maintain absolute control over Oceania, maintain perpetual war with either Eurasia or East Asia, keep the populace suppressed or distract, find and eliminate any dissenters. That was already succeeded, and Oceania has most significant crimes that was used as abuse of power, propaganda, brainwashing, torture, mass murder, enslavement, and mass starvation. It's a very terrifying nation how it became. But sometimes for this is spoken to, Mordor has no other crimes to take down, which orcs would be alongside with the Nazguls to be conquering the other world, including the Black Uruks as inhabitants of these creatures, including the orcs and evil men, and also concludes spoken language is the Black Speech. That was been built for about CA 1000 until CA 3441 to TA 2951 to TA 3019. The most of Mordor have became a very dangerous nation of all time. It would take over the other nations, but Gondor and Rohan united together to defeat Mordor. Before that already collapsed, and sun screeches before it falls to his own tower inside of his body. And by now the war ended, and all the orcs are now fallen today. Entire for in social military is now to be quite enough, and this will be very significant over the battlefield and how long they could win. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed for the next video. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, share, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So please have a next suggestions for more video, and I'll see you in the next time on Crossover Battles.